So when we talk of Hindu Jagaran, when we talk of awakening of the Hindus, such is the environment today. आज का वातावरण ऐसे है कि the first thinking that strikes the mind of any individual is, this is a sinister plot. ये कोई खतरनाक विषय है. हिंदू जगेगा, उसको जगाने का क्यों काम हो रहा है? जाग के वो क्या करेगा? क्या कुछ गड़बड़ होने वाला है? इस प्रकार की चिंता आज के तथाकथित कोट अनकोट सेक्युलर इंडिया में बहुत स्वाभाविक है. इसलिए मेरे सामने जो चैलेंज है वो चैलेंज है कि मुझे बोलना भी है और नहीं भी बोलना है. बोलना भी है और ऐसे बोलना है कि मैं अपने आप को चक्रव्यूह से निकाल के पहुंच जाऊं, क्योंकि चक्रव्यूह में फंसाने के लिए सारे कैमरे तैयार हैं. बंधुगण, अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी की एक वीडियो YouTube में मौजूद है. देयर इज अ वीडियो ऑफ लेट प्राइम मिनिस्टर श्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी in the YouTube, and I would request you that after my speech, when you return home, you can all search for the same speech of Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी के स्पीच में वो कहते हैं कि जब मैं विदेश मंत्री था, मैं एक बार अफगानिस्तान गया. अफगानिस्तान में मुझे जिस होटल में रखा गया, उस होटल का नाम कनिष्क था, क्योंकि सम्राट कनिष्क अफगानिस्तान के थे. तो अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी को कनिष्क होटल में रखा गया. तो वाजपेयी जी को बड़ा आश्चर्य हुआ, ये अफगानिस्तान है, ये इस्लामिक मुल्क है, दिस इज एन इस्लामिक कंट्री, एंड हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल दैट एन इस्लामिक कंट्री हैज अ होटल बाय द नेम ऑफ कनिष्क. तो आश्चर्य में अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी ने अपने साथ जो अफगानिस्तान के विदेश मंत्री थे, उनसे पूछा कि इस होटल का नाम क्या है. तो उन्होंने कहा, अटल जी, इस होटल का नाम कनिष्क है. तो अटल जी ने कहा, आप तो मुस्लिम कंट्री है, आप तो इस्लामिक देश है, तो ये कनिष्क नाम कैसे रखा आपने? तो तत्क्षणात इमीडिएटली द अफगान मिनिस्टर रिप्लाइड कि कनिष्क हमारा पूर्वज है, कनिष्क हमारा पुरखा है, कनिष्क वॉज अवर फोर फादर. वी माइट हैव चेंज द पद्धति ऑफ पूजा, बट वी कैन नॉट चेंज अवर फोर फादर्स. हमने पूजा पद्धति बदल दिया है, मगर हम अपने पूर्वजों को बदल नहीं सकते. और अटल जी उसी में कहते हैं, वहां ऐसा नहीं था कि धर्मांतरण के साथ साथ राष्ट्रांतरण भी हो जाए. ये मेरा वाक्य नहीं, ये अटल जी का वाक्य है, इसलिए रिसर्च कर लीजिए. कई जगह धर्मांतरण के साथ साथ जो राष्ट्रांतरण होता है, यही चिंता का विषय है. मैंने पूजा पद्धति बदल दी, देश नहीं बदला है. मैंने पूजा करने की तरीके को बदल दिया, अपनी संस्कृति को नहीं छोड़ सकते. पूजा करने के तरीके को बदलने से क्या इस मिट्टी के खुशबू को बदला जा सकता है जिस मिट्टी में हमारा जन्म हुआ? जिस मिट्टी में जन्म हुआ, उस मिट्टी के खुशबू को धर्मांतरण से बदला नहीं जा सकता है. The history cannot be changed merely by the fact that I have got converted. History is called history because it has happened retrospectively and it cannot be changed. That is the beauty of history. इसलिए when we talk of Hindu Jagaran, Hindu will be a limitless word. It's not a limited word. Hindu is the way of life, way of thinking, is the sanskara, the sanskruti. It is the path of the chosen few who live in a geographical entity this side of the Sindhu river. सिंधु के इस तरफ रहने वाले सभी लोगों की जो समानता है, उनकी जो संस्कार है, उनके जो संस्कृति है, उस संस्कार, उस संस्कृति का नाम ही हिंदू है। ये जीवन की एक पद्धति है। इसलिए when we talk of Hindu awakening, it is not awakening of a mere religion. ये धर्म का जागरण का विषय नहीं, यह हमारे संस्कारों के जागरण का विषय है। This is the awakening of the heritage which existed since time immemorial and which will exist till infinity. जो था, जो है और जो सर्वदा रहेगा, जो सनातन था, सनातन है और सनातन रहेगा, it is the awakening of that truth which we have forgotten. This is a Hindu Jagruti. यह हिंदू जागृति है। And why do we need Hindu Jagruti? We are eating, living happily. We have four-wheelers, we have cars and scooters. We go to club and we are enjoying. We have a democratically elected government. So if you see, outwardly we are happy. So what is the need for Hindu awakening? क्या आवश्यकता आन पड़ी जो हिंदू जागृति की आवश्यकता है? The best way of conflict management in this whole universe is the Hindu way of conflict management. इस पूरे संसार में अगर कहीं द्वंद है, कहीं भी किसी प्रकार का चिंता है और चिंता के निवारण का अगर कारण ढूंढना है तो वो हिंदू तरीका ही है, वो तरीका भारत का ही है, वो वैदिक तरीका ही है जिसके माध्यम से कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रेजोल्यूशन सबसे सुचारू रूप से हो सकता है। इफ यू हैव अ पर्सनल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इन योर लाइफ, अगर आपके व्यक्तिगत जीवन में द्वंद है, आप समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं क्या करना है क्या करना नहीं है, अगर आप किंग कर्तव्य विमूढ़ है, तो उत्तर भगवत गीता में है। ऐसा कोई प्रश्न नहीं जो आपके व्यक्तिगत जीवन से जुड़ा हो। नौकरी करनी है, नौकरी नहीं करनी है, लड़ना है, नहीं लड़ना है, परिस्थिति से जूझना है, परिस्थिति से नहीं जूझना है, क्या करना है और क्या नहीं करना है। व्यक्तिगत जीवन में किसी प्रकार के द्वंद का निवारण यदि आप चाहते हैं, इफ यू वांट सॉल्यूशन फॉर एनी पर्सनल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इन योर लाइफ, you need not go anywhere. The Hindu way of resolving it through Bhagavad Gita is the best way of resolving any conflict, because Krishna resolves every conflict that existed within the mind of Arjuna. All the probable conflicts that can arise in the mind of a person was resolved by none other than Janardana, by none other than Sri Krishna in the battlefield. Amongst all the chaos, in the middle of the battle, drum beats, swords, peace and calm and resolution. This is the beauty of Hindu awakening. We have forgotten the Bhagavad. We have put aside the Gita. We only gift the Gita, we don't read the Gita. If you read the Gita, there won't be any conflict in your life. So Hindu awakening is essential for personal conflict resolution. If you have any conflict in the family and you want to resolve it, Ramayana is the udaharana. Ramayana is the example. What a son should be, what a father should be, how a brother should behave, how a wife should be, what is the duty of a husband to the wife, what is the wife's duty to the husband, how the children should be. All this is very subtly woven in Ramayana. Just imagine, Rajkumar Rama becomes Purushottama Shri Rama only because of renunciation. Who amongst us will renunciate everything Tomorrow you are supposed to become the Prime Minister of the country, and today just because your father wants you to leave everything, will you shun everything? Will you leave everything? Will you renounce? No. You will be in Dwanda. You will refuse. You will go into conflict. You will not agree. But it did not take a Sri Rama a fraction of second to reach to a conclusion. भगवान श्री राम को एक मुहूर्त नहीं लगा और उन्होंने इस निष्कर्ष पर पहुंचा कि निष्कर्ष है कि पिता का आज्ञा पालन करना ही धर्म है. टू ओबे द ऑर्डर्स ऑफ फादर इज धर्म. For 14 long years he went to Vanvas. There was no need for Lakshmana to follow him, leaving behind his newly wed wife. There was no need for Sita to follow Ram. There was no need for Bharat to keep the Paduka. He could have easily occupied the throne. But the conflicts in the family, there was a family conflict. Mantra had somehow instigated the conflict, but the conflict was resolved by the resolve of Lord Sri Rama. So the example of Ramayana, those who stick to Ramayana will never have a conflict in the family. You can resolve it. Nowhere in the universe exists such an example. So if you have a personal conflict, the Hindu awakening can resolve it. If you have a family conflict, the Hindu awakening can resolve it. If you have a global conflict, वैश्विक स्तर के ऊपर यदि द्वंद्व है जो आज है, if you have a global conflict, then the mantra to be followed is from the Mahopanishad, and the mantra is Ayang Nijah Paroveti Ganana Laghu Chetasam Udara Charitanang Tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Ayang Nijah, this is mine. Paroveti, that is yours. Ganana Laghu Chetasam, this kind of calculation that this is mine and that is yours belongs to the ones who have Laghu Chetana, the ones who have little minds, small minds. जिनका मन छोटा है, वो इस प्रकार की गणना करते हैं कि वो तुम्हारा है, ये मेरा है. उदार चरितानां तु वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, जिनका उदार चरित्र है, those who have large heart, for them vasudhaiva kutumbakam, the whole world is a family. So the one who consider this Mahopanishad, Maha Upanishad's Vakya as final, will never enter into a global conflict, because Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, for the whole world there is one family. The world is one family. So this is the mantra for resolving the world conflict. Hindu awakening. And today we talk of climate change. We talk of global warming. We talk of how seasons have changed. आज हम बात करते हैं ग्लोबल वार्मिंग की. आज हम बात करते हैं किस प्रकार से पूरा विश्व बदल रहा है. हमें एसी कम इस्तेमाल करना है, ग्रीन एनर्जी का प्रयोग करना है. मगर दुखद विषय है, ये सारे चर्चे एसी कमरे में होते हैं. All these discussions and conferences take place when the AC is completely blowing into you and you have a chauffeur-driven car. Chauffeur-driven car में आके कोट पहन के हम बहुत चिंतित हो जाते हैं. What will happen? The world is moving towards global warming. How do we stop it? And then slowly he whispers, the AC is come, बढ़ा दो, गर्मी लग रही है. So this dichotomy, how do we solve it? Not through conference, not through seminars, but by following a way of life which has been given, which has been laid down by our Vedas. Mitra, Varuna, Rudra, Aditya, Maruta, for all the ingredients, they were devatas. Maruta devata, Varuna devata, Mitra devata. Mitra means the first effervescence of morning, the first light of morning, that is Mitra. And towards the evening it is Varuna. Aditya is sun. Maruta is air, wind. Indra is Varsha. So for every ingredient, seasonal ingredient, there was a deity. And we were supposed not to annoy the deity. देवता अप्रसन्न न हो जाए, देवता नाराज न हो जाए, इसलिए अनुशासित जीवन का पालन करना. इसलिए not to disturb the weather, not to disturb the air, not to pollute the air, इन सब विषयों को जीवन का हिस्सा बनाया गया था. वेद में बड़े स्पष्ट रूप से कहा जाता है कि पृथ्वी को उतना ही खोदना है जितना पृथ्वी सहन कर सके. उससे अधिक खोदने से पृथ्वी सहन नहीं कर पाएगी. तो डोंट टॉर्चर मदर अर्थ. क्षमा याचना बिफोर प्लाविंग. क्षमा याचना, मां मैं तुम्हारे ऊपर कुठाराघात कर रहा हूं, पुत्र को क्षमा करना. माता भूमि पुत्रोहम पृथ्व्याः. माता भूमि पुत्रोहम पृथ्व्याः. She is my mother and I am her son. Not through seminars, not through conferences, but by building relationship. Tell me where in the world, कहां पूरे संसार में भूमि को मां और अपने आप को उसका बेटा बताया गया है? कहीं नहीं. पूरे विश्व में कहीं ये रिलेशन मां बेटे का नहीं है. यहां मां बेटे का रिश्ता है. क्या कोई बेटा अपने मां का अहित कर सकता है? मां का अहित कभी बेटा नहीं कर सकता है. दैट्स द रीजन एज टू व्हाई द वैदिक फिलोसोफर्स forged this relationship so that you will not damage your mother, you will not damage Indra, you will not damage Varuna, you will not damage Mitra, you will not damage Maruta. That's the reason as to why these beautiful relations were forged. And today we discuss about the conflict of weather management. So Hindu awakening is the only awakening which can manage everything, which can resolve every conflict. Om Dhyahu Shanti Antariksha Shanti Aushadhaya Shanti Shantireva Shanti Shama Shanti Revi. Shanti for everything. Aushadhaya Vanaspataya. Harmony, balance. Nothing should be damaged. There has to be an intricate balance. सबके बीच में एक समानता, सबके बीच में प्रेम, सबके बीच में सौहार्द्य. पशु पक्षी पेड़ सभी पूजनीय है. औषधय शांति. Where in the whole earth do you hear औषधय शांति? वनस्पतय शांति. Trees, plants, scrubs, shanti to you. We will not disturb you. Shanti. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्रन्ति पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. Shanti is everywhere. Balance, balance, balance. Not to disturb. This is the Hindu Jagrati. This is the reason as to why the only vikalpa, the only way to save us all from all the conflicts around us is the Hindu Jagrati. I have a very different connotation as far as development is concerned. Why Hindu Jagrati is utmost important in the universe, in the whole earth today. आज डेवलपमेंट और विकास के बारे में हम बहुत बात करते हैं. I'll give you a very different kind of picture today. We feel development is building roads. We feel development is building railway lines. We feel development is building hospitals. We feel development is building infrastructure. We feel development is building big houses and skyscrapers. Is it not? Is it not? But I have a different view altogether. Because the Hindu way of thinking since time immemorial was different. And this I am not speaking as spokesperson of BJP. I am speaking as a philosopher. Please don't brand me anti-development. I am only giving a philosophy. There is only one desire in this whole universe. इस पूरे ब्रह्मांड में केवल एक ही इच्छा है, पूरे ब्रह्मांड में, नॉट जस्ट इन अर्थ. In this whole universe there is only one desire. There are no two desires. Sukha hi ichha, dvitiya ichha nasti. केवल सुख ही इच्छा है. How to get bliss, how to be in perpetual state of happiness. There is no other desire. For this one desire, for fulfillment of this one desire, rest everything is detailed. Probably if we have good roads and if we travel quickly to Bangalore, I'll be happy. Otherwise it is taking 5 hours. Supposedly I reach Bengaluru in 2 hours, I'll be happy. So let's have good roads. If I reach Agartala in 2 hours from Bengaluru, I'll be happy because I have a meeting tomorrow in Agartala. So if we have flights, I'll get sukha. So let us have flights. Let's have airports. Because I am feeling feverish, if we have hospitals, my health would be good and I will feel sukhi. I will attain happiness. So let's build hospitals. We want to live in plush homes. My house should have all the facilities. So let's have good societies and huge houses. So that out of this good living, I will derive happiness. But tell me, all of you, most of you have all the facilities that I have been talking about. Good roads, good hospital, good railway, good buses, good houses. Are you all satisfied and happy? None of you. Nanak dukhiya sab sansar. All of us are still unhappy, unfulfilled, our desires still hanging. We still feel we have got nothing in life. Why? Because despite building all these roads, railways, everything, we have forgotten the Hindu way of life. Introspect. Happiness is not outside. Happiness is inside. Sukha is not there where you are searching. Sukha is inside. You have to delve within. You have to swim within yourself. You have to meditate upon yourself. Only then you will get sukha. We have forgotten this. ये हम भूल चुके हैं. हमारे स्मरण से ये बाहर जा चुका है. विस्मरण हो चुका है कि सुख अंदर है. हम सुख को बाहर ढूंढ रहे हैं. सुख को डेवलपमेंट के साथ जोड़ रहे हैं. डेवलपमेंट इज एसेंशियल फॉर ह्यूमैनिटी. आई एम नॉट डिनाइंग डेवलपमेंट, बट टू सर्च फॉर हैप्पीनेस इन डेवलपमेंट is to live in fool's paradise. इसलिए this huge conflict across the globe that happiness lies in the roads, in the railways and in the airports, this can be debunked only by the Hindu Jagarana. एक ही विकल्प. The only option is you have to arise, awake and march towards the Hindu way of getting and attaining Sadgati. Through meditation, through रियलाइजिंग योर ओन सेल्फ. अपने आप को पहचानने से ही आपको सुख मिलने वाला है. रोड पे सुख नहीं मिलने वाला है. ये कैसे होगा? हाउ विल दिस हैपन? माय भाषण इज गोइंग टू एंड आफ्टर अ व्हाइल. यू विल क्लैप एंड गो होम. माय जॉब इज ऑल्सो ओवर. योर जॉब इज ओवर. विल वी अटेन एनीथिंग? नो. अभ्यास, अभ्यास, अभ्यास. This will happen by abhyasa. Everything will happen by charevati, charevati, abhyasa, abhyasa, abhyasa. I'll give you a story. There was a hunter. एक शिकारी था बहुत साल पहले. This hunter, he used to hunt birds, catch hold of birds, used to extract their flesh and feathers, and he used to sell the birds, their feathers and their flesh in the market, and he used to earn handsomely. ये शिकारी चिड़ियों को पकड़ता था, उनका मांस और उनके जो पर होते थे उसको मार्केट में बेचता था और अच्छा पैसा कमाता था. धीरे धीरे ये शिकारी बूढ़ा हो गया. This hunter got old, so he could not show the same kind of activity level. He could not run, he could not be very active. So all these birds, they flew out of his hand. He could not any longer catch hold of the birds. वो चिड़िया पकड़ने में असमर्थ हो गया क्योंकि वो क्षीण हो गया, वो दुर्बल हो गया, वो बूढ़ा हो गया. उसको वार्धक्यता ने घेर लिया, तो बहुत दुखी हुआ। उसने सोचा अब मैं क्या करूं, अब मैं क्या करूं, किस प्रकार से जीऊं। चलो मैं आत्महत्या करूंगा, मैं गंगा में डूब करके आत्महत्या करूंगा। ही कॉन्टेम्पलेटेड सुइसाइड एंड ही वेंट टू कमिट सुइसाइड बाय सिंकिंग हिमसेल्फ, बाय ड्राउनिंग हिमसेल्फ इन द Ganges. So while he was trying to jump into the Ganges, he saw a sadhu. Then he saw a few more sadhus. They had come with kamandalu, and they came, they kept their clothes, kamandalu in the bank, and they went for bathing in the Ganga. गंगा में स्नान करने के लिए साधु उतरे। साधु स्नान करने के बाद अंजलि में तर्पण किया, उन्होंने सूर्यदेव को नमस्कार किया। तो देखा शिकारी ने कि जब ये साधु नमस्ते कर रहा था और बाकी सब साधु भी नमस्ते कर रहे थे, तो बहुत सारी चिड़िया उनके ऊपर उड़ रहा था। कोई उनके कंधे पर बैठ गया, कोई उनके हाथ पर बैठ गया, और साधुओं से बिल्कुल भी कोई चिड़िया नहीं डर रहे थे। None of these birds were afraid of the sadhus, because the चिड़िया, because these birds, they realized that all those people who have long beard, those who wear beads, those who wear saffron clothes, those who carry kamandalu, they are all good people. They will not catch hold of us and they will not kill us. They are good people, so we need not be afraid of these good people. Conditioned reflex. This is called as conditioned reflex. The birds are conditioned. The shikari said, idea. I should also dress like this, and I should catch hold of these birds. So next day he went to the market. He got a beard for himself. He got a rented saffron cloth. He got those Rudrakshamala rented, a kamandalu rented. He paid 50 rupees, got all these things, and attired as a sadhu, he came to the Ganga. He went to bath, and the birds said, oh, he's a sadhu. So all the birds came, then he used to catch hold of them and take them in the gunny bag of his and sell them. Good business. He told, oh my God, this is good. Just by such kind of attire, my business has revived. So he thought, why should I in fact spend 50 rupees every day in rental? Let me grow a beard. Let me buy a permanent cloth. Let me keep a kamandalu. So he bought all those ingredients. He grew a beard. He had a permanent kamandalu. He dressed himself as a sadhu perpetually. And then he used to catch hold of the birds and do the business. And then he told him, let me also study what these people do apart from bathing. After bathing, what do these sadhus do? Let me follow them and see. Do they also catch bird or what do they do? So he was inquisitive. So he followed these sadhus. Then he saw that after bathing, they went to the temple and they offered their prayers. And then under a banyan tree, the sadhus used to sit and say, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And after a while, all the people from the villages, they came. Some came with fruits, some came with milk, some came with jaggery. And they offered the sadhus with prasadam. And the sadhus will eat the prasadam and again do Om Namah Shivaya. He told, why am I catching these birds, going and selling them in the market? Let me also choose one banyan tree and sit under it and do Om Om Om, so they will all feed me. So he searched for a banyan tree, got a banyan tree, sat under that and said Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Then he opened his eyes and said, oh yes, people are coming. People are coming and keeping fruits, pancakes and everything for me. So he was so happy. He told, I don't have to do anything. I'm a fool. Why was I doing all this? So he ate everything, but then he had to do Om Namah Shivaya, otherwise they will not give him food. So continuously this japam, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. For 5 years the sadhu got liberated. Because of this abhyasam, the hunter who did not understand the ABCD of religion, the hunter who did not know anything about what Om Namah Shivaya stands for, जिस शिकारी को धर्म क्या होता है वो पता नहीं था, केवल और केवल अभ्यास, प्रैक्टिस करते करते he got moksha, he got liberated. So don't question. Our problem is we want a scientific answer for everything. Why should we do Tulsi Puja? Why should we do Aarti? Why should we keep fast? Why should we do this? Answer, 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 question, question, question. It's not bad to question. But life is too short. If we keep on questioning till the end, when will we practice? There are certain things which have been established because our ancestors have practiced and got the scientific answer to it, and that's the reason as to why I say कुछ जान के चलो और कुछ मान के चलो. कुछ जान के चलो, कुछ मान के चलो. You have to accept certain things. Just because you have not seen your grandmother's mother does not mean your grandmother's mother did not exist. आपने अपनी दादी की मम्मी को देखा है क्या? दादी की मम्मी को नहीं देखा है. That does not mean कि दादी की मम्मी नहीं थी. She was there. She was there, she existed. Only thing is you did not see it because you are in some other time zone now. So that's why you don't have to see everything, hear everything to understand everything. Certain things have been established, and by Hindu Jagaran, it means that you have to inculcate that way of life. You have to take that way of life for attaining sukha, for happiness. In the Kali Yuga, they say that Panchadev Pujjaniya. Is it not? They say 5 Devtas are Pujjaniya. If you offer your obedience to these 5 Devtas, your life will be like Swarga, your life will be like heaven. Why do they say so? What is the Hindu Jagaran behind this? So who are the 5 deities? Number 1, Surya, Surya Dev. Number 2, Durga, Ganesha. Number 3, Ma Durga. Number 4, Shiva. Number 5, Krishna. These are the 5 deities. They say in Kali Yuga, if you pray to these 5 deities, you don't have to do anything. Your life will be like Swarga. You will get moksha. You will live a good life. What is the scientific basis behind this? Let's decipher it. समझते क्या कारण है? सूर्यदेव किससे प्रसन्न होते हैं? जब ब्रह्मा मुहूर्त में उठकर आप सूर्य देव को अर्घ्य देते हैं, when you offer arghya to Surya in the Brahma Muhurta, not in the middle of night, nor at 12 noon, nor at 4 o'clock, you have to be in the Brahma Muhurta. Sunrise होने से ठीक 2 मुहूर्त पहले, 1 मुहूर्त if I am right is 16 minutes, 2 मुहूर्त is 24 minutes. 2 मुहूर्त पहले ब्रह्म मुहूर्त होता है. 2 मुहूर्त 24 minutes before sunrise is Brahma Muhurta. So during that time, offering arghya to Surya, Om Mitraya Namah, Om Suryaya Namah, Om Bhanave Namah, Om Ravaye Namah, and you offer arghya to Surya. Dharma says Surya God will be happy and he will give you blessings. Now what will Surya God do? Let us understand this. Supposedly every day you have to give arghya to Surya, you have to get up at 4 o'clock, 4:30, so that you can offer arghya at 5 o'clock. You have to sleep early. You cannot consume alcohol. You cannot take drugs. You have to lead a disciplined life. Anyone who gets up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, has to lead a disciplined life, or else the person will not be able to get up early in the morning. If you get drunk in the night, dance in the club, go for partying till midnight, you are not going to get up 4 o'clock in the morning. So discipline, Surya प्रसन्न होते हैं अनुशासन से. The sun god is happy by discipline, because Surya is so disciplined. He has to come up every day. He has to go down on time. He has to give the light on time. So his movement and the planetary movements around him are all in a disciplined way. The solar system is so disciplined. So the first mantra of success is discipline. Second god is Ganesha. What makes Ganesha happy? गणेश प्रसन्न होते हैं समर्पण से, surrendering. Before doing anything, you should say Om Ganganapate Namaha Ajang Nirvikalpam Nirakaram Ekam. So before doing anything, samarpana to him makes him happy. So just imagine, samarpana means not me, you. I am doing this But you are the one who is a factor. So whatever the result, don't blame me, Ganesha, it is you. Half of our worry is because we feel that we are the karta and we are doing it. If you surrender your karma and you do it just for the sake of doing it without thinking about the result, then half your worries are over. Surrender. So every day if you keep on surrendering before doing anything that is of any consequence, कोई बड़े काम करने से पहले भगवान गणेश जी ये आप कर रहे हैं, आप करना शुभ, मैं अपना काम कर रहा हूं, कर्म कर रहा हूं. Half your problems will be over. Samarpana, Anusashan Surya, Samarpana Ganesha. Durga is the third deity. Durga प्रसन्न होती है उच्चारण से. सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमस्तुते त्वं स्वाहा स्वधा त्वं हि वषट्कार. The way you pronounce Chandi Patha, you have to pronounce Tvam hi Durga dasha praharana dharini. So your pronunciation, how you offer your prayer to her, the control over your swasa, respiration, your pronunciation is nothing but your control over your respiratory process. If you have no control over your respiratory process, you don't have a good pronunciation. Hold over your respiratory process means good pronunciation. And remember, you all realize this, that it is by controlling the swasa, by yoga, anulom, viloma, controlling the swasa, that one attains inner purity in yoga. For attaining the inner purity, you need to control your breath. So Durga prasanna hoti hai योग से, अनुशासन, समर्पण, health, yoga, swasa, control over your breath. And then Shiva, Namami Shanishan Nirvana Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Veda Swarupam. अहंकार रहित भाव. शिव प्रसन्न होते हैं सिंप्लिसिटी से. महादेव प्रसन्न होते हैं wherever there is no अहंकार, जहां अहंकार नहीं है, जहां पर ईगो नहीं है, वहां महादेव हैं. Mahadev accepts everything that is rotten. He accepts spider. He accepts snakes. He has bhuta, gana. All that you hate are his companions. Who loves bhuta? Who would like to have a ghost as a friend? Would you give sharan to a ghost in your house? You will do a puja next day to see to it the ghosts move out of your house. Who will keep a pet snake? Who will keep a scorpion? No one. Bhuta, preta, gana koi nahi rafta hai. But they are the best companions of Mahadev. That means abhayam kuru. Don't be afraid. If you are ahankar-less, if you don't have ego, if you respect bhuta, preta, gana, scorpion, snakes, if you respect everything, you need not be afraid. You need not be afraid of anything. Shiva is with you. What a beautiful philosophy. Discipline from sun, surrender from Ganesha, yoga and niswasa, swasa from Ma, Durga, ahankar-lessness, ego-lessness from Shiva, and then ultimately comes my Lord Krishna, Vasudeva. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodar, Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram, Ram Janaki Allavam. He is the God of romance. He is happy with Shringara. He says everything in this universe has been created by me so that you taste it and you enjoy it. Raso Vaisa. I am the rasa. In everything I am the essence. In fruit I am the sweetness. In bitter gourd I am the bitterness. In the sun, I am the heat. In moon, I am the coldness and the coolness. So I am the rasa. Raso vaisaha. I am the rasa. Please take this rasa and dance in ecstasy. So you may be disciplined. You may be surrendered. You may be a big yogi. But if you are ahankari, you would be a Ravana. Ravana was disciplined. Ravana was yogi. Ravana was a great controller of his swasa. Ravana was surrendered to Mahadeva. But because of ahankara, he was Ravana. He was not Ram. You may be disciplined, you may be surrendered, you may be yogi, you may be ahankarless. But if you have no romance in your life, if you don't feel happiness, if you don't have sukha in your life, no Krishna in your life, then your life is useless. So all these 5 things will make your life complete. This is Hindu Jagaran. This is Hindu Jagaran, and this is the reason as to why Hindus have to awaken what has been taught to us by our ancestors since time immemorial. And I would conclude by saying, look at the beauty of the Hindus. Desha, country and Rashtra. What is a country? What is a Desha? And what is a Rashtra? Country is a geographical entity. Country is a geographical entity. It has a boundary. Country has borders. Country has an elected or a dictatorial government, whichever form of government it may be. The country has a government. The country has a rule book, which you can call it as constitution. The country has, apart from this, the country has an army, navy, air force to protect it. The country has an economy and the country has citizens. So these are the ingredients of a country. एक देश बनने के लिए एक देश की परिसीमा होती है, सीमा होती है, भूगोल होता है, आर्मी होती है, उसका सेना होता है, उसका संविधान होता है, उसके मंत्री होते हैं, उसकी सरकार होती है, तब वो देश होता है. राष्ट्र क्या है? राष्ट्र इससे ऊपर है. राष्ट्र भाव है. न काष्ठे विद्यति देवो न पाषाणे न मृणमये भावे ही विद्यते देवो स्मद्भावो ही कारणम. न काष्ठे, लकड़ी में भगवान नहीं होते, लकड़ी की मूर्ति में. न पाषाणे न मृणमये, न पत्थर में भगवान है, न मृत्तिका में, न मिट्टी में भगवान, मिट्टी के मूर्ति में भी भगवान नहीं. भावे ही विद्यते देवो स्मद्भावो ही कारणम. भाव में देव है और जहां भाव सिद्ध हो वहां भगवान प्रकट हो जाते हैं. भाव. राष्ट्र इज भाव. कंट्री इज पाषाण, काष्ठ, मूर्तिका. कंट्री इज द फॉर्म, राष्ट्र इज द भाव. Ganga, if you see Ganga as a country, if you see Ganga as a river, Ganga will have a length. Ganga runs these many kilometers. Ganga originates from Gangotri. Ganga goes till Ganga Sagar. Ganga passes through 6-7 states. Ganga has an ecology. Ganga has such aquatic lives. Ganga's water's pH is this much. Litmus test has been done to prove this. Ganga's flora and fauna are such and such. Ganga can provide good transportation. This is Ganga in mundane sense. Ganga in the sense of country. But Ganga in the sense of Rashtra is Ma. Once Ganga becomes Ma, she does not have an origin and she does not have an end. She is everlasting. Once Ganga becomes a Ma, she is not just a volume of water. She is not these many ounces, milligrams, grams, kilograms, etc. Once Ganga becomes Ma, she does not pass through states. Ganga may not be coming to Karnataka, but she is Ma of Karnataka also. So this is how it is. When you define in a definitive form, in the mundane form, in the world order form, then it is Ganga. When you define it as the Hindu form, it is Ma. This is the beauty. This is the difference between country, a desha, and a Rashtra. We have to have a Hindu Jagaran. We have to have a Hindu awakening to realize what Rashtra is. Aham Rashtri Sangamani. Durga, when she manifests, she says, I am Rashtri. So to realize what Rashtra is, the only vikalpa, the only option is Hindu Jagaran. To realize your roots, to realize what has been taught by our ancestors, and never to forget who our ancestors were. Because what they were, we have the propensity of becoming that. The only problem is we are not awakened. We have to become awakened. His question was the Lutyens zone and the ecosystem in Delhi. And otherwise, Lutyens is just an indication.
Hindu phobia.
So Lutyens means the phobia only, and there are Lutyens everywhere. So how to combat and how to fight against them? My simple answer is, strategies are not to be disclosed in front of camera. Strategies are to be implemented, which we are, which we are doing. Next question. Yeah, please feel free.
Sir, really nice to have you here. It was very impressive. Though any day, take your plastics that you do for the Khan market gang on TV.
You are audible. Without the mic also you are audible.
So I was just saying that I always like. So it's always a pleasure to see you on news. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to see you on news channel taking on the Khan market gang. You brought up quite a few interesting topics. So one of them was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The only one qualm about that is we all of us understand Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and we want to follow it. But we are dealing with a cult, which in the sense they have, they say that it's either railway or highway. How to deal with that? That is number one. Number two, do you think the current democratic practice that is happening in India and the way the constitution is for the Indic faiths and including Indic faiths, because I hope you get the point that by Indic I mean not just...
I understand. You can really ask, I understand.
So, do you think the current democratic practice that we have and the constitutional way that we have right now would allow us to not just survive but prosper in the next few centuries? And the last thing is just an opinion. If you have time, please visit a temple in Bhadravati, which is about 1,000 years old, Lakshmi Venkatramana Swami temple. Because I think we should start from our homes. If you go there, you will realize how bad we are. Just looking at the kind of situation that's existing there, it will be very disturbing. So these two things, I just want to know your opinions. Thank you.
See, first and foremost, you had a question paper prepared. Thank you for the question paper. But anyhow, answer to the first question. Sir, you were reluctant in even asking the question. I'll tell you very frankly, you were reluctant in even asking the question. You said there is a cult. Then you asked. Everyone understood what you wanted to ask. How do you expect me to spell it out? If you are difficult in asking the question, how can I spell out the answer? बुद्धिमान को समझदार को इशारा ही काफी है. Number two, whether the present democratic system is good or bad. See, the democratic system is always good. I come from Jagannath Puri. I firmly believe that the first democratic process started in India. Janapadas, these all started, the republics started in India. In Jagannath Puri, because there were restrictions to certain people not to enter the temple to have a glimpse of the Lord in the yesteryears, the deity himself come out. He himself comes out, The God comes out to give a darshanam to everyone through a Rath Yatra. That was the democratic process of India. So democracy is always the best means. The only problem is awakening again. We have a temple which probably is not maintained, which probably has certain wrong practices, I do not know. But then you don't need anyone from outside to go and look into it to see how bad we are. We all have to be doing it. Why should you be waiting for anyone else to come and do it? See, yesterday when I was travelling to Bengaluru from Delhi, I had a Swamiji sitting besides me. He was from ISKCON. I also visit ISKCON. We talked about the life of Srila Prabhupada, A.B. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Swami, the founder of ISKCON. At the age of 65, he went to US, started ISKCON, and by the time he left the world, he had established 108 Krishna temples across the globe. So all this is possible. Let us contribute bit by bit, a little bit of what individually we can do. The only issue is we have become too much seminar and conference oriented without doing anything ourselves. We have to do a bit and then forget everything. Whatever little bit, your family allows you to do this much, do that much and forget everything else. That is Hindu Jagarana. Next question, please. Last question then. Some ladies, because no sister have come up with the question.
Sir, good evening. Thank you for a wonderful talk. Sir, you said like it's a Hindu Jagarana, Hindu awakening. But as most of the audience agree with me, I feel Hindu is already awakened, sir. The thing is, before Macaulay's system, the base of the problem, I'm telling in my own knowledge, it is root cause analysis and controlling and prevention and kappa, that is corrective and preventive action. Sir, I would like to go with our education system, sir. You said Sanatana was there, it is now also it is there and it will be there in the future. Why Sanatana Dharma was so strong? It's only because of our educational background. In olden days and ancient times, our temples were known as education places, we all know. And education was free to everyone because most of the time the kings or the royals used to sponsor and so many rich people who are philanthropists also used to sponsor for the education. But now my request to the government or the people who can take it further level, we better resurrect our education system because Samskrita was our national language in the Acharya's era. Even Shankara, Madhva, Ramanuja. People who travel from Kanyakumari to Kashmir and people used to write Vedas, all scripts and all were in Sanskrit, so the communication was good and India could evolve so further because of the common language. This is my idea, sir. After Macaulay system, the foundation or the logic of our education system is completely destroyed. And we all think that to prosper or in the development of the country, we have to...
I have got the question,
English.
let me answer that.
But without English also so many countries have prospered. Example, China, Japan and Russia, sir.
I'll answer this.
Thank you, sir.
See, number one, you're absolutely right. Education should be free. Education is extremely important. The government should look into education. Education should have Sanskrit version of it also. Our sanskaras, our sanskrutis, they should be taught in schools and colleges. See, this is the problem. The Hindu is not awakened still. Because we expect everything for someone else to do. We want the government, you teach Sanskrit, then we will learn Sanskrit. You teach us the Hindu way, then we will learn the Hindu way. Education system should be free. Shankaracharya travelled from Kaladi to Kedarnath so many times. How many of us on our own study the Bhagavad Gita? Is the government stopping us? Is the government has the government passed an order that no one will study Bhagavad Gita in your home, no one should study Sanskrit in your home? You can study Bhagavad Gita in your home every day. Before going to sleep, you can study a chapter of any other scripture. No one is preventing, and there are thousands and thousands of people who are doing this, who on their own study the scriptures, try to translate it, try to do something out of it. Just imagine when 5,000, 2,500 years to 5,000 years ago, because there is some kind of contest to this. If Shankaracharya thousands of years ago could travel from Kaladi to Kashmir so many times, we in this age, are we trying to do that? Did not Shankaracharya have all those hindrances? He had 1,001 hindrances. Once he was caught by a tantric and literally the tantric took off his head. Thankfully Narsingh Avatar protected him. There was a tiger which protected him. So he faced, the small child Shankaracharya faced 1,001 hurdles to save Hinduism. That was the Hindu Jagarana. We have all the facilities in our life and yet we want the government to provide, only then we will do. Shankaracharya was not provided by the government. He was provided by Shiva. So this has to come from there. The connect has to come from there, and he has provided each one of us enough. Nothing more is needed. And language is never a barrier. To preach, you need to learn as many languages as possible. English is not a vice. English is good. Our own mother tongues, whichever mother tongue we belong to, is good. All the languages are to be respected, and of course, Sanskrit is the spinal cord of this country. So we have to learn as many languages, we have to preach in all the languages, only then this Jagruti will go everywhere. I hope you get the point. It has to be me, you and I. All of us within ourselves have to get Jagruta and have to do something. We just cannot wait for others to give us an alm. I think, thank you so much. Madam also wants to, let this be the last question and then we'll end because I have to go to Bangalore also. Madam, ladies. This is the last.
आपने अपना भाषण शुरू करते हुए भारत माता की जय बोले. मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है, हम हिंदुइज्म के बदले में हम सभी भारतीय हैं ऐसे क्यों नहीं सोचते? और हमारा रूल भी कोई भी हो, सबको एक ही रूल होना चाहिए, वो क्यों नहीं? कोई भी हो, भारत में कौन वास करता है, सबको एक ही रूल होना चाहिए, वो क्यों नहीं हो रहा है?
इसी का उत्तर देता हूं. भारत और हिंदू में क्या फर्क है? हिंदुस्तान, भारत. भारत का लिटरल मीनिंग है भा मतलब भास्कर, भारती, सरस्वती. All that which denotes knowledge is bha. Prakash is bha. Rat means embodied. भा से, आभा से, प्रभा से, ज्ञान से, प्रकाश से जो भूमिखंड दैदीप्यमान है वो भारतवर्ष है. ये अर्थ भारत का है. What is Hindu? Hindu means सिंधु नदी के इस पार जितने लोग रहते हैं वो हिंदू हैं. So this भारतवर्षम, this सिंधु के नीचे रहने वाले, all are same, they are synonymous. Let's not get entangled in words. Let's liberate ourselves beyond words and go into the domain of idea. हम वर्ड में बंध के रहते हैं और सब लोगों के लिए एक रूल होना चाहिए. उसके लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी कहा है, उसके लिए सरकार कॉन्सेंसस बना रही है, so that women empowerment भी हो सके. Thank you so much. I think now you please allow me. I'm sorry many of you want to ask questions, but I have to rush to Bangalore. I have a flight to catch. It will take approximately 5 hours from here. So I'm really in a hurry. I hope you would understand and forgive me for not taking a few more questions. Thank you very much.